the most important facts about Confucius. He was a Long son. Confucius' father, Kang He, was 60 when he married a 17-year-old girl Yan Zhengzi from the local Yan family, in the hope of fathering a healthy male heir after his first wife had produced 9 daughters. After the wedding, the couple retreated to a local sacred mountain in the hope such a revered and spiritual place would help them conceive. Confucius was born in 551 BC. His birth is the subject of an origin story. A popular legend states that Confucius' mother, while pregnant, was visited by a qilin, a strange mythical creature with the head of a dragon, the scales of a snake and the body of a deer. The qilin revealed a tablet made of jade, the story goes, which foretold the unborn child's future greatness as a sage. His teachings form a sacred text known as the Analects. As a young man, Confucius opened a school where his reputation as a philosopher was ultimately born. The school attracted some 3,000 students but did not teach academic training, but rather schooling as a way of life. Over time, his teachings formed the basis of one of China's most sacred texts, the Analects. The Analects has been one of the most widely read books in China for millennia, a collection of Confucius' most important thoughts and sayings. It was originally compiled by his disciples on fragile bamboo sticks. He believed that traditional customs were the key to peace. Confucius lived during China's Zhou dynasty, which by the 5th and 6th centuries BC had lost much of its power, causing China to fracture into warring tribes, states, and factions. Desperate to find a solution to his tumultuous age, Confucius looked to the 600 years before his time. He saw them as a golden age, when rulers governed their people with virtue and compassion. He encouraged people to direct their skills away from feeding war towards fueling harmony and peace, creating a culture of aestheticism, harmony and elegance rather than one of aggression. He emphasized the importance of ritualism. Confucius believed in the power of ritualism. He insisted that rituals and codes, from handshakes when greeting others, to the relationship between young and old, or teacher and student, or husband and wife, could create harmony in everyday society. This philosophy of demonstrating respect and kindness, and of following rituals of etiquette would, he believed, contribute to greater amity between citizens. He achieved immense political success. At the age of 50, in his home state of Lu, Confucius entered local politics and became the Minister of Crime, where he transformed the fortunes of his state. He established a set of radical rules and guidelines for the etiquette and formalities of the state, as well as assigning work to people according to their age and depending on how weak or strong they were. His followers were from all parts of society, united in their virtuous character. Confucius' half-dozen disciples who traveled with him were drawn from every part of society, from merchants to poor cattle ranchers and even warrior types. None were of noble birth, but all had the innate ability to be noble of character. The loyal disciples represented political meritocracy and a philosophy that Confucius believed should underpin society, rulers who govern by virtue. He spent years traveling around war-torn China. After exiling himself from the state of Lu in 497, probably for not achieving his political aims, Confucius traveled with his trusty disciples across China's war-torn states in an attempt to influence other rulers to take on his ideas. Over 14 years, he went back and forth between 8 of the smallest states in China's central plains. He spent years in some and just weeks in others. At one stage, they were stranded and ran out of food for 7 days. During this challenging time, Confucius refined his ideas and came up with the concept of the morally superior man, a man of righteousness known as the exemplary person. The tradition of visiting your family at Chinese New Year was inspired by Confucius' idea of filial piety. Every Chinese New Year, Chinese citizens across the world travel to meet up with their friends and relatives. This is typically the biggest annual mass migration on Earth and can be traced back to one of Confucius' most important concepts, known as filial piety. He founded a school for young men with political ambitions. Confucius left politics at the age of 68 and returned to his homeland. He set up a school where young men could learn about his teachings, including writing, calligraphy, mathematics, music, charioteering, and archery. To help train a new generation of young Chinese men, Confucius disciples took up several positions in the school, helping to attract students who had ambitions to get into imperial government. The imperial examinations at the school were rigorous, with a pass rate of only 1–2%. Because passing meant great privileges and fortunes as governors, many students tried to cheat in a variety of ways.